Hi guys, welcome in. I just wanted to show you that this is my new shelves. These are all my journals, not all of them, but a lot of them that I've done. Those are all my little mini ones behind there. And then these ones. Okay, so the inspiration for this video is this little 3-piece drawer set, and we are going to make one today. Okay, what we're going to make is a single drawer with a space, and we're going to use it for our ink. So I just wanted to show you the inspiration. This is the inspiration. It sits on my shelf behind me. So that's the inspiration, okay? And my journals, All right. So this is the one that we're gonna make today. These hold my daubers, and these, they hold 4 full-size distress ink pads, okay? And it's just made out of foam board. I got a foam board from the dollar store. The ones that I made this one and the other one out of, I got on Amazon. I can link to that one. It's a tiny bit thinner in depth than the Dollar Store one. But one piece, I'm going to see what we can cut out of this one piece, and I'll let you know if we need more than that. But how stinking cute is this? And then I just decorated it with paper. All right, so this is what we're gonna make today. This beautiful little, I keep this on my desk right in front of my workspace. Hi guys, I might have put a video in the front for you to see what we were making and where I got the inspiration from, and then I came up with this design by myself with the measurements. And the one we're going to do today, it's going to be a little bit less deep because the drawer will sit like this versus inside. So we're going to make this little chest with one drawer, and look what I keep in. I keep my ink in it and my little daubers on the shelf. And this sits on my desk right in. And I have an iPad right here, so I've got it raised, and this sits right here. So today we're gonna make it. So I came up with the dimensions. You know, I made the other one. You'll see the 3-drawer chest, and that was super cute. And I was like, oh, I need to make one for my ink right here on my desk with just one drawer. And this is made out of foam board, which I got at the dollar store. So one board, you can make this. You'll have leftover foam board. I'm not sure you could get a second one out of it, but I'll show you what I have left after I show you what we need to make this pretty little chest with a drawer. These are the instructions. I'm gonna leave them right here so you can take a screenshot if you'd like. My original dimensions I took down by a 1/2 inch depth wise, so it should be perfect. The drawer size didn't change, just I took a 1/2 inch off the back, well, the depth of it. So out of one sheet of foam board from the Dollar Tree, which is $1.25, and we say in Boston $1.25. So for $1.25, you can make one of these. And I cut down all my pieces already to these measurements, which is here. I printed out some paper to decorate it with. You could decorate it with just plain paper and stamp on it. I mean, there's so many things you can do. You can decorate it however you like. You could do, my room is white in this like a green, like a seafoam green color. So that's why I'm gonna do this. It matches my 3-drawer one. And I printed out some wood grain paper. I've printed on HP 32 pound premium paper. I didn't do cardstock. You might be able to get away with cardstock. Not sure. Because of the way that you're going to cover the paper, I think it's easier to use paper versus cardstock. And then I have one of these little brads that has like a little hanger on it. I put these on the oh my goodness, I can never think of the name of this. The edge of my book. Oh my Lord. What is it called? I'll think of it. But I put these on my books that you can clip dangles from. So that's why I have these. And I got them on Amazon, and I'll link it down in the comments. It's just a brad with a little pole. You could use, I mean, whatever you want to use for that. It's super simple. The brad is, this foam board is super easy. So I put the brad in, and then I close the paper behind it after. So you can't see the little pegs. And it holds 4 full-size inks. So it could probably hold 2, 4, 6, 2, 4, 6, 8, and 12 of the little ones if you have the mini ones. But I like to keep them right here, and I can pull out my dauber. You can mark your daubers, like which colors they are. I know which order they're in there, so that's why I didn't have them marked. But this is all you need, guys, to make this, and some glue. You can use a glue stick. Not a glue stick, I apologize. A hot glue. Did I write hot glue? Yeah. You can use hot glue. I am not a fan of hot glue because I feel like it'll come apart later. I did this with Fabrifix. It's not coming apart. My other one's not coming apart. It's beautiful. So this is what we're going to make today. So Fabrifix, a little brad, spine. I put it on the outside of the spine of my journals. That's the word I was looking for. Sorry. And I printed out 6. I got these on Creative Fabrica. I don't know that I can put a link to it. I would love to put it in a Ko-Fi shop, but I'm not sure that I can. So just pick out your favorite papers. I'm just using this for the drawer front, and I'm just using this to decorate the outsides. I didn't even decorate the insides. Even though I wrote on these, we can cover it with paper. Or I can put it on the inside. So, but the Dollar Tree one, it erases off it, so it's not horrible either. So we'll put these aside for later. This is, at the Dollar Tree, the foam board is 20, I think it measures 20 by 30. And this is what I have left. I have these pieces in this big square. I didn't measure it. I mean, I could measure it if you want, but let me know in the comments, and I'll pin a post. I'll pin a comment if you want me to measure it to tell you what I had left. So super simple, 1 drawer, 1 chest, that's it. And let me leave this here for 1 more second if you want to take a screenshot. So please, here, let me come a little closer. Come a little bit closer. There you go. I hope that's better. All right, so now let's make it. I've been wanting to do this for a while, and as you guys know, I had elbow surgery, so. All right, drawer 2.7 is the front. So I didn't write front, but the drawer back, the sides, and the drawer bottom. So we're going to start with this. We are going to, I'm going to leave this on the bottom, I think. All right, so some of the things we want to decorate as we go. Actually, let me take these out. I'll put them over here because we'll pull my other one out as we go, as we need to look at it. The front is the only thing I decorated on this. So it's a matter of gluing, giving it a couple of minutes to hold up, to set itself, and then decorating that front piece. And super simple. All right, so let's start with the sides and the back. The back is going to go flush. And all we're going to do is glue this bottom. I'm going to put this, let me just see if I can erase this now, just to see. Because I'm not covering it with paper. Yeah. And it's just for my desk. So if you don't mind, I don't mind. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to glue. Come on, Fabrifix. A bead of glue here. Can you guys see that? I know the sun's coming in right there. I apologize. And then you're just going to put it here. And you're just going to make sure it's flush in the back. You can go in and clean up your glue here if you want. It doesn't bother me. So I'm just going to hold it here for a second. I'm going to cover my glue. Just to give it a chance to set. Because if you use Fabrifix, you know it's pretty quick. It's a pretty quick grab. And this whole thing is light as a feather. So I love this. I love the 3-drawer one I did. And I will link the video to the 3-drawer one. Actually, pause 1 second. I'm not going to do anything. I'm just going to pause so I can tell you who I got the inspiration from. Hold on. Okay, so the person that I got the inspiration from, she called it a beautiful DIY drawer storage, and her name is Sam Calcott in the UK. So her channel is Sam CALCOTT UK, and it's from 5 years ago. So I made the 3-drawered one, and then I came up with measurements to do this one for my ink. So that's what we're doing today. All right. So guys, go check out hers if you want to do the 3-drawer one. Super simple. Okay. So now I'm going to put the sides on, because this, I mean, it might still be a little wiggly. Let me erase this. This Dollar Tree, I bought, so my first ones that I made, I bought on Amazon, the foam board, and they came in like 11 by 13s or something. And they, it's a little bit, the thickness of it is a little less. This way. But I don't think it's going to cause an issue. So all we're going to do is line these up like this. And it might not, you know, so if you want to be super careful about how you cut it, you can be super careful. It's, you can see there's a little space, a little tiny gap here for me. I think when I cut, I don't cut, I think I cut it straight to me, so it kind of goes off a little bit or at an angle, which is fine. It literally works out great. So on this side piece, which is 4 by 4 1/4, I'm just gluing on the bottom. and on one edge of it. And that is going to go right here on the side. And you want to make sure that it's flush here and here. So I'm just going to hold those for a second. If you are a hot glue person, definitely try hot glue. I am not a good hot glue person for some reason. So you can see it's flush this way and it's flush this way, all right? And you want all these little pieces to stay together. So while this is gonna do its thing, we can start with the drawer front. And all I did with this, as you can see, I didn't even cover the sides. So I literally just came from behind. So I have to decide where I want, what I want for my design. And I'm pretty sure that I want this, but I'm gonna start it. Let me, this is 7 wide. So let's cut this to 7 wide. And I'm going to use this piece here for my front. I hope it'll land like that. That's not going to cut 7. But it's 8.5 by 11. So if I cut off 5, I'll get my 7. Math. Oh, I almost did it wrong. Did I? Yes. I almost did it wrong. If I did it wrong, then c'est la vie. All right, 4.5, 5, 5, 8.5 by 11, 5. Oh, no, I wanted 4. Let's see if we have enough. We should have enough. All right, so that's going to be a scrap. So I did it wrong. Son of a gun. You know what? I have 2 pieces. I printed 2 pieces on purpose. I don't know where my brain just went. All right. I have to cut 4 inches off. I don't know what I was thinking. All right. What do I want for my front again? I have to cut 4 inches off to get what I need. I think. Yeah. All right. So I'm going to cut 4 inches off of this side, because I want this piece. Take 2. See, we all make mistakes. I make lots of them, just saying. All right. That's what I wanted to do. So now, because I want this in the front, I want to glue just the edge of this on here. And then we're going to fold it back. You could measure this and put a crease, but you don't have to. I love this little drawer. I'm super proud of this little drawer. And I was super excited to be able to come up with the numbers and figure it out myself. Because I am not a numbers girl. Math. My math don't math all the time. In the front, just so you know, is a little bit taller. See on this one? So the front is going to be a tiny bit taller, which is, it's designed that way. So you have room to put the drawer in and out and all that fun stuff. And then it sits, right, the shelf will sit right on top of it. So I'll give this another second. And then I'm just going to fold it. I'm going to put my brad in it. And then our drawer will be done. Well, let's erase this while we're waiting. Yeah, this, so my other foam board, it didn't, I could write on it, but it was very pokey, so I couldn't erase it. So this Dollar Tree one for $1.25, let me tell you, it's fabulous. All right, let's see if we can do this. Also, I'm gonna, yeah, it's not ready yet. It's not ready yet. But I wanted to do this and show you guys how fun it is. I'm holding the top and folding it down at the same time. And then we'll go in and glue. I just want this piece to stay. I want it to stay. You can put a nice crease in it with your fingers right along the line, the edge. So then we're going to go in and I'm just going to run some glue across the front. I don't know if you guys see this. Just the edges. Just fill it in right to the edge. And then lay it down. Let it stick. I think I'm off a tiny bit. Look how pretty that drawer is going to be. So fun. This one you don't have to wait as long because you have all of this grabbing, except for that, you know, this was just a little tiny edge. So then I'm going to do another fold. My neighbors got a new puppy. Well, new to them. So sweet. Roscoe's in Canada for a month. I don't know if I'm going to be able to take it. Now, oh, I guess it's going to be this way. So, because we want to add this and cover it so we don't see the back, we want to, normally I would just eyeball it, which I just might do, 3.5 right here. And then I'm going to poke a hole right there. So if you have an awl, you can use an awl. I am going to wing it and just do that. And then I'm going to probably regret it. But that's okay, because even if you get it wrong and you have to move it over a bit, this has a nice big piece to cover it. You can shift it a little bit. So just like a regular brad goes in. Do I dare measure it? Oh, 3 and a little. Oh, it's perfect. OMG. It's perfect. And then just do this. And now you want to push it down into the foam because you don't want it to pop through your paper. There we go. It's good enough, I think. The paper will protect it a tiny bit. Oh, you know what? Never mind. Scratch that. I am going to put a piece of Scotch tape over it, just for a little extra security. So it doesn't pop through the paper on the other side. All right, there we go. Might have been a little overkill. That's all right. So now I'm just going to glue along this edge. You know what though? Hold on. I see that this is off just by a hair, and it will drive me bananas. So let's see how that goes. Now we'll glue it. So I'm gluing along this edge here. You might want to maybe put your creases in first. It'll just make it easier to fold after. All right. So glue. And this is how we're going to decorate the other pieces. I think I printed 6. I might need to print more than that. We'll see. We'll pretend. We'll pretend I printed enough. So then, when it comes to do the back, I'm just going to put a mark where I want to cut it. So I'm just going to cut it there. Let's see if I can do it straight. Probably not. I am not a good straight cutter. So I'm going to put it in this way, or this way, it doesn't matter, I suppose. And I'm just going to put a snip. I think it might be too high. No, perfect. All right. So this way we get to cover that brad. I hope you guys try this. It's super easy and fun. I also made a box for my alcohol markers. Maybe I'll pop a picture of that in the end so you can see it. I might just run my razor along here, my little blade, just to give it a little snippety snip. There we go. Oh, I should have left it alone. All right, so that is our drawer front, which is going to face this way. And now we get to, I'm just going to trim that. Oh, I should have did it from the bottom, but that's okay. All right, so now we're just going to glue here. Let me get rid of this. Close your knives. We're going to glue this piece. Maybe. There we go. Here. Right along here. Which way do I want? Do I want it this way? Or do I want it this way? I think I want it this way. So now, see where I glued it? We're just going to put this flush on the bottom. And then, like I said, it's going to be a little higher, which is great. And then if you get a little glue in here, just run your finger along it. Whoops. Try to keep it glued. Try to keep it all glued together. But look, this is still pretty solid already. Maybe. It would be if I stopped playing with it. I'm trying to think if I had to go in and add a little glue in on my other one. I'm just going to hold them. Yeah, it's still looking like it wants to be free. And that's it. That's the drawer. I just want to see. Old drawer, new drawer. Look at that. Oh, you can't see it. Hey, look at that. That's the new drawer. And that's the old drawer. So what I did after was I went and I distressed it up. This is a different pattern, but you can see that, and this is more yellow. This is super white. So that's it. Drawer is done. I just want to squeeze it just for another minute because I want to make sure it holds. And you can go through and clean your glue. You don't have to though. So that's that. All right, so now we are going to build. The shelf is going to sit right on top of here. And then these are our sides. So on the sides, I marked the 4.5 inch side is going to be the tall way. All right. So when we glue this, it's actually going to glue like that. Okay. So what I want to do first is I'm going to add paper to this from this edge back. So this is the shelf. So I'm going to take and this measures 7 1/4. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to glue on that edge like I did before. I don't know if this will come off. Oh, it does come off. Nice and easy. Beautiful. So I'm going to do the same with the paper. You can cut the paper to 7 1/4. Let's do that. Let's do it. So this is the shelf. And I want my wood grain to go this way. So 7 1/4. I'm going to pop this arm open. DJ, I caved and I got a cutter like yours because my other one wasn't cutting very well. All right, so 7 1/4. Keep our scraps just in case we can use it. Bring the drawer back. See, it's holding up pretty good, huh? All right, so do I want the light side or the dark side? I think I like this dark side. All right, so I'm going to glue the edge again, just like we did the drawer. Actually, you can start in the back. This whole piece. I'm going to do it like that. I'm going to start in the back. I'm going to start here. Because that way, I don't know why. It'll be easier to glue, actually. You don't have to fight with that little skinny edge. All right. I could glue on my finger and it's catching on the glass. All right. So I'm just going to bring it around back. You could do the whole thing if you wanted to. Nobody's going to see the underside of that when the drawer's in it, so it does not bother me. All right, so that's that. And then again, we're gonna, and you can do it so there's a crease in it. And like I said, I just did this white wood grain, but you can do regular wood grain. You could do the, you know, that pretty blue, rusty wood grain. That would be pretty also. I had so much fun with this. Whoops. and I was so proud of myself for coming up with the dimensions. So, I mean, I actually came up with the dimensions for the my alcohol pens too, because they were just in a black plastic zip thing. And I was like, so now I can look at my desk. I mean, I have a cabinet over there that they sit on. And I have this pretty knitting-like paper that's over there. I'm going to finish gluing this side, because this is the top that's going to show. I don't know why I only glued half. And you don't need a lot, unless you're Patty. I'm glue happy. I like to make sure everything sticks. So many doggies in my neighborhood today. It helps if you get it straight from the beginning. Two. Oh my lordy. That's better. Not perfect, but better, because that's going to be in the back, which is fine. You're not going to see it anyways. And then I'm just going to do a little crease here. This lady's carrying a baby on her chest. She's walking two dogs, one on each leash. I'm just going to glue the whole dang thing. Right up to the edge. I know some people doesn't like to use the Fabrifix because of the smell. I love Fabrifix. Every time I go to Hobby Lobby, I buy a bottle. Why is this crooked? It doesn't matter. Just glue. Just glue there. I should have cut it. There we go. All right, now that's our shelf. All right, so it's going to be the front of my shelf. It's going to sit like this. And then the sides are going to go like this. But we have to put it on the bottom because, oh no, what the heck piece was this? Is this the back? Oh. Did I cut two shelves? This said shelf, right guys? I must have cut two shelves. I must have cut two shelves, but you know what? That little fold's gonna drive me crazy. Why do I have two shelves here? Hold on. Oh no, that was, no. All right, top, bottom, and the back. I must have cut two shelves. Sorry. I confused myself. All right, so now I put arrows to the 4 1/4 because the 4 1/4 is the height. So we don't need to do anything with the back right now. But you want to put the drawer on the bottom. So let's glue the top. Let's cover the top and the bottom. Oh, I can't believe I did that. I'm just trying to put a crease in this one. Nice. All right, that's better. That makes me happy. All right, so that's our shelf. I should put a little sticky note let's do that because I'm messing myself up here. It's my little sticky notepad shelf. I have a video on these, super cute. I made it junk journal style. All right, so let's see. I messed this piece up, so I stopped and I printed some more paper because we want the top and the bottom to have the edges covered. So I'm still going to use this piece, and I filled up my glue while I was at it. And what we're going to do is, oh, I'm going to fix it that way actually. Remember how I said that I would take a piece and put it over here? But now that I messed this bottom up, I'm going to, it doesn't matter. Anyways, we're going to glue this down, and we're going to do it like we do our covers on our journals, because we want all of the edges covered. So we're going to put it on here. And then we're going to snip our corners like so. Kind of sloppy and messy, but we want it to cover like we would do a, you know, like we were doing a book cover. So let me grab my bone folder because I want a nice crease on that. All right, so now we're going to glue this end. Yeah, so what I did before, don't do that. I'm going to speed up the video, I think, through that part anywho. But to show you, I am human. I'm a human. This ain't AI. Should make a song. This is human, not AI. And then I'm going to push these little corners down after. So we're going to do it like we do a journal cover. I don't know where my brain was a few minutes ago. I'm out of practice for sure because of my surgery. I haven't been playing. And I think that's part of my brain being gone. My crafting brain disappeared. We don't need all that glue there. So then I'm going to push these little corners down. And these corners aren't going to stay sharp anyways. I'm going to beat them up after. You'll see. And then we'll do the same here. Give it a nice little crease. And then you can put a nice little piece of paper to cover this, but my mess up actually covered my bottom. So that's good, because when the drawer's out, you can see the bottom. So that covered that up nicely, instead of putting a piece on top. It'd look more finished if the piece was on top. But just want to stick a little bit there. All right. Guys, when I say I'm out of practice, I mean it. It's going to be way too much glue over there. Too much glue. over there. I'll put it here because that's where it's going to live anyways. All right. So a couple of things. If you get too much glue, you have to get one of these. You don't have to. Little glue erasers are great. All right, so that's the bottom. Bottom. Now we're going to do top. All right, shelf, bottom, top. I don't know what my brain was thinking. I was just hallucinating, I think. Just kidding. All right, so now we're going to do the same thing. Glue it all down. I got this little rip because my knife wasn't sharp, my blade, when I cut them. So try and use a sharp blade. You'll get a nice clean cut. They're super easy to cut if you can cut with a blade. All right, so this one's gonna go smack down in the middle also. And do this just like the other. I got a bunch of little glue stuff. There we go. That's why I love my glass mat. It cleans up so nicely. All right, and I know it probably gives you guys a glare, but I apologize. Just cutting the corners. Some people have these cool little tools. I don't have one. I think I saw Carrie using one to miter the corners. From Thumbprint Creations. I don't know who else has them. She's the first one I've seen recently use it. I mean, there's a lot of people that were using them, I think. It's like somebody 3D printed them, I think. All right, that's in. Guys, you wouldn't believe how quiet my house is without my husband and my dog. My dog. I miss my dog. I mean, I miss my husband too, I guess. But I miss my dog. It's going to be gone like 3 weeks. All right. All right, so that's those two. And then the top and bottom will be done. And then we got to do the back. Oh, here we got to push down my little corners. I should probably give this a second for the glue to set. Push down our little corners. All right. Give this glue a minute. Maybe I'm just gonna go a little closer. Come a little bit closer, you're my kind of guy. So big and so strong. I know. We used to say to each other when we were kids, What'd you do with the money? We'd say, what money? And then we'd say, the money your mother gave you for singing lessons. Because nobody could sing. All right, now I'm just going to put a little tiny bit. Yeah, I was going a little glue happy. Like right there. So I'm just gluing this. Are you guys too close? All right. See, it grabs a little faster when you use a little less glue. Oh my goodness. My phone, storage is full. So I have to go in and delete a bunch of crap. Aww. I feel like this is the quickest project. It's pretty quick. It's not the quickest. It's kind of quick. And it seems to be taking me forever. See, so now this side we don't need to worry about because it will be underneath. This is going to be the top. It would have been nice if I did that straight. That doesn't matter. All right, so this is the bottom. It's going to be the top. Let's put a cover on our glue. All right, top. All right, so now we need the back. Might as well cover the back while we're at it. So the back, we just need to cover this way. But we want the back and the sides because we're going to have to cover the sides too. So let's just do all that now. So the sides, because the 4 1/4 is the up, like in the up position. So what we want to cover on those is the parts that you're going to see. You're not going to see the inside. I was just looking to see if I did the inside, which I didn't. So we're going to cover it again, like the edge to the edge. But you know what? We can. Let's do it. I think this is 4. 4 and 4. Let's cut these at 4. And I want them this way because I want the grain to stand up like that. So we're going to cut this at 4. And 4 again, because we have 2 of them. Maybe we could all be angels. All right. So if you wanted to, we could. All right. So we want this and this covered. So we want it wrapped that way. Did I not do that one? Oh yeah, here we go. Oh, what are you doing, Patricia? Oh my God, guys. Needed 4 1/4. I'm gonna lose my mind in a minute. Guys, this is the worst video ever. All right, take 2. I want 4 1/4. Good thing I went back and printed all those other ones, huh? We're good. It's all good. I think when I did my first one, I kind of glued as I went, and I'm just trying to make it easier for you guys by cutting it first. Let's do this. You're not going to see deep inside. But we want both edges covered. So there's my arrow. I'm just going to put an arrow over the side because it's going to be a left and a right, and I'll know that that's the top. All right, so let's glue this baby down. You're wrong. Wrong. So if you guys like this video, if you want to, I'll show you, I'll pop in a picture at the end of my alcohol marker box I made. And that was just custom, so I really can't, I mean, we could just do boxes to hold like 4x4 papers. I mean, there's a bunch of videos out there like that, but if you want to see it, let me know. So leave me a comment, tell me where you're watching from. I have a bunch of people who watch my videos who aren't subscribed. And my subscriber count is going up, 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 up. And I'm happy and grateful for that. So thank you guys. I'm just trying to make that flush. See, I'm going to cover my arrow. So let's put the arrow in the middle. Because I'm going to bring this piece around. Because we want it like that. So, like I was saying, I have a ton of new subscribers, so thank you. I hope you're enjoying my channel. If there's anything you'd like to see, I love to learn how to make things. So if I don't know how to make it, let me know what you want to see. Oh, that worked out beautifully. That worked out gorgeous. If there's something you want to see and I don't know how to do it, I'm happy to learn. We can learn together and make some fun stuff. So I lost my arrow one more time. So we're gonna put that back there. Just keeping it up. Oh, I did need that piece. I threw it away and I was like, wait a minute. Because we wanted this one. So let's glue this one down. Yeah, I have a couple of other kind of new to me ideas. And I'm trying to put more content up now that my elbow's feeling better. I go back to work next week. Looking forward to that, actually. I know, did I just say that out loud? Yeah, I kind of miss being at work. I'm a people person. So I like the people. As much as I'm not a people person. I would, if I never had to leave my house, I would never leave my house. But when I'm out, I like people. So I'm kind of an extrovert recluse, you know what I mean? So yeah, that's gonna work beautifully. All right, so let's glue this one down. And then the sides are done, the top's done, then we just got to worry about the back. And the back, oh, we probably only had to worry about one of these sides, but that's okay. I'll have to pull it out because I can't remember. I've been wanting to make this video for you guys for so long, and I couldn't do it because of my elbow. And I'm excited that here we are. All right. Oh, yeah. Let's do this. All right. All right. I forgot to put my arrow. All right. So now, all right, that's done. So now the back, we want to wrap the sides. Get in there. Oh, runaways. All right, one more piece. The back, we want these two edges covered also. Not necessarily the top and bottom, but I do want it vertically. Because the sides, it's gonna come like this. So we want it vertical. So what we can do is what we did before with the edge there. So I'm gonna glue this down and then I'm just gonna pull up the sides. Okay. And then we can trim the top because we can trim the paper, cut it away from it, make it easy. Like I tried to do with the top, but I needed all four sides covered on that. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to line it up on the bottom, equally distanced, and I measure with my fingers a lot, with my hands. So that's flush. And we just want that to stay for a second, because these two sides are going to be the ones that fold up. So let's give that 1 second to dry, to grab. And then we can put it together and it will be done. It will be fini. Maybe. I have this new band that I love. If you follow me on Instagram, you will see me post them a lot. They're called Sons of Legion, and they're pretty phenomenal. They're kind of like spiritual, feel good, make you think, like things that they're not faith-based. They're not a Christian band, but they are amazing. These guys have amazing voices. I love music. I can't sing a note. I can't carry a tune in a bucket, as they say. All right, so let's glue this bad boy. And then we'll put it together. So that's the song I keep singing in my head. So sorry if you can hear me singing. Oh my goodness, my hands are getting so gluey. Gluey, is that a word? All right, look. Oh, wow. All right. just this other side. Oh, son of a gun. So let's see where all this glue is. And see how it like boogers it up. This thing's a miracle. I can't even believe how well it works. And it doesn't, I have an inkjet printer, and it doesn't even take any of the color off my paper. So, all right, let's just glue the side with a little less glue. And that should be better. There we go. Yeah, that was way better. Less is more with this glue. All right, so now this is the back. All right, so these are our sides. We need the bottom. That's going to be my bottom. All right, so the bottom we need the sides. We're not going to glue it to the bottom yet. We're going to put the drawer. This is how we're going to measure where to put our shelf. We're going to put our drawer. We're going to put our shelf. And what I want to do is I want to line it up so it sits kind of, it's going to fit this way and it's going to fit this way. So you could go a tiny bit higher. You can go higher if you want. But the way I did my other one was I put it right there like that. Okay. And then I'm going to mark it because and it's at 2 1/4. So 2 1/4 at the top, 2 1/4 at the top. I'm going to mark a line, and that's where we're going to glue the shelf. Okay. So let's mark 2 1/4. It's just under 2 1/4, but we're going to make it 2 1/4. So I'm going to glue my shelf there. 2 1/4. All right, let's see if that's correct for both sides, which it should very well be. Yeah. So I am going to glue under the line. Okay. So my arrows are going to go like this. My shelf, it's going to glue. Did I just knock the light out? Yeah, let me see if I can put this other light on. I'm losing daylight fast. So see this line, I'm just going to go underneath it like so. I'm going to glue it like that and then hold it for a minute. Maybe. Yeah. Just like that. Shelf, top. And then I'm just gonna put that there. My light's dancing. Can you see it? So this is kind of, I think how I did this last time was, I think I put my glue sticks like this and then just held it, just pushing it down to it a little bit just so it grabs. So it's going to be even level this side and the side, and then I'm just kind of putting a little tiny bit of pressure on it and to just give that a second. So I'll give that a second. I'll be right back. So now this is the back, and the back's going to go like this. So we can take these away. This is going to be a little fidgety. We're going to lay the back down. We're going to lay this on it. And we're going to glue. Let me just make sure this lines up. It does. So this is the tricky part. That's why I wanted to have like one end solid. If you use a glue gun, you won't have to sit here and hold things. You might have to hold it for a second, but a glue gun grabs super fast. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to glue here. Here. And then we're going to line this edge up, and then we'll add the other side on. So we're going to glue to the edge. We want this straight. So I'm lining up this edge here. And then it's leveled this side too. So top and bottom, and then the sides. So now when we put this piece on, my arrow's up, that's the top. I'm gonna glue. I'm gonna put glue here. In here. My arrow, and this should go right above that line. Beautiful. So now we want to push this down, but we want to push this in, but we want it to stay level here and here. And then our drawer is going to fit in just like this. And then this will all get glued to the bottom, but don't move it yet because your glue hasn't set. Don't be Patty. That's me. Miss Impatient. Got to have it all going on. So for $1.25 and some printed paper, you guys can make this. Super easy. I know I made it probably a little more difficult than it is. Guys, this is it. After this, we're going to glue this to the bottom. And then we're going to bang up here. Let's do this while that's setting. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to beat my corners just to round them up a little bit so they're not so pointy. Because Julie at Camilla Crafts says corners are offensive. Sharp corners. So we're just going to bang that up a little bit. See how much prettier that looks than that? Can you guys see that? So, and you can ink it all up. I'm going to keep this on here for a sec. You don't have to beat up your corners. You don't have to beat up your corners if you don't want to. So I'm just pushing this down again. Shelf. Drawer. Fits perfect. And it's a little spacey on the sides here. See? But that's okay because you don't want a tight fit. You want it to be able to pull out gently. So now I'm going to glue here. If you're going to ink it, I would ink it now. Like, wait, I'm going to ink mine in the end, like later. I'm not going to hold you guys up with inking. So I'm going to do this. Without a steady hand, because I do not have a steady hand. And now we're gonna put it, you guys will probably not be able to see this, but I'm leaving an edge all the way around. Can you guys see that? Just a little edge all the way around. And then our little drawer will go in beautifully. It's a little wide, but whoops, it totally isn't set yet. But guys, look, so stinking cute. And then we're gonna glue the top on, and just like that, there's a little, how cute is that? All right, so let's, am I straight? Am I straight? Yeah, I'm pretty straight. And just like that, it's done. So now we're gonna do the same thing with the top. I'm just gonna glue here. In the same, I'm gonna flip it over though, because I want to give it that nice little space all the way around, which is just like a quarter of a fingertip. But it's pretty even. So now just push it all together. This is the back. This is the sides. Look at how stinking cute this is. The inside. Is this not cute, guys? Take this off. All right. I didn't put that piece on too straight either, but it's okay. Get rid of these. Put you up a little bit. Guys, look how cute this is. And if you just wanted it for shelves, you don't even have to do the drawer, but the drawer helps measure it. I think. And then look. How cute is that? And then you get a little pull. There's your drawer. Let's make sure our inks fit, which they do. And then you can put whatever you want on that shelf. I just like to put my daubers there. But how cute is that? And it's not perfect. It's not wood, but it's super cute. I have a little spot in there that I can glue. It's not down all the way. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a piece of paper. I'm going to take a little bit of glue on here. And then I'm going to stick it down. Whoops. I'm going to stick it down in there. Then I'm going to use my bone folder. Whoop, I just pulled the top off. Stop it. And then glue that in. There we go. My top wasn't ready yet. But that's it, guys. Voila. Ink goes in. Cute, right? And then, you know, like this one. So I'll show you what I meant about making this one just a tiny bit shorter. After I get this glue off my bone folder. So side by side, let's do it this way. See how this one's a little deeper? And if you look at this, the drawer goes in too far. So my measurements weren't great on this one. You know, so it kind of just pushes. But so I took a ½ inch off the depth of it. So the measurements that I gave you in the beginning of the video is perfect. The drawer doesn't go in all the way like this. It sits flush like this. All right. So that, my friends, is our little do-it-yourself chest with drawers, with a drawer. And that's it. So I hope you like this. If you like it, please give me a thumbs up and a comment, maybe. Tell me where you're from. Tell me if you liked it. Tell me what you would have done different. I hope that you enjoy it. I really think they're stinking cute. I got the 3-drawer one, and I have this one. And this one is actually going to replace this one. So that's what we got. And this, I'll do this so you guys can see it, maybe. Yeah, that's better. That better? So if you guys want to get another screenshot, there it is. Screenshot of what we're making. Let me get this little, there we go, out of the way. All right, there we are. That's it. Quick, simple. If you take your time, it's so easy. And it's $1.25 for one sheet of this foam board and some printed paper. We all have printed paper. You could do this on a book page, like the front of this on a book page would be beautiful. You could just do plain white paper and stamp it. However you like to do it. But this is adorable, in my opinion. And this is for you guys. So I hope you enjoy it. Make it. Let me know if you make it. I would love to know. I would love to see it if you can tag me in Instagram. Or there's some kind of community post on YouTube. You might be able to put something there on my community post. So I'll have to look into that. But this is it. Directions. I mean, in the supplies and measurements, cutting measurements. And there it is. Thanks for joining me. Thanks for subscribing and liking and all the fun stuff and joining me on lives. I really appreciate it. And I really appreciate you guys. And we're just having fun with paper. And I hope you have a wonderful rest of your weekend, this is probably going to be up on Monday. So I hope you have a good week. And take care. Enjoy the rest of your summer. It's the beginning of August. And take care. Be wonderful. And be kind to one another. All right? Make somebody smile. Have a wonderful day. Bye, guys. Thank you.